Welcome to Transport Image. I am Vidisha. Let's see today's headline. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud declared the 50th Chief Justice of India State Court. Biden administration committed to work with India on the transition away from Russia. The legal quality improves further, but still very poor. India's first privately developed rocket, Vikram S, gets ready to be launched between November 12 to 16. Let's move on to the details of the news. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud on Wednesday was sworn in as Chief Justice of India after Justice Uday Umesh Lalit demitted office. President Draupadi Murmu administered the oath of office of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud at the swearing-in ceremony held in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and others were present on the occasion. Justice Chandrachud succeeded Chief Justice U. Lalit, who retired on November 9. The senior-most judge of the Supreme Court of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, on Wednesday has become the 50th head of the judiciary of the country. He will have a tenure till November 10, 2024. Aruna Miller on Tuesday scripted history by becoming the first Indian American politician to win the race of lieutenant governor in the state of Maryland, adjoining the U.S. Capitol. Miller, a former delegate to the Maryland House, was on the lieutenant governor ticket along with Wes Murray, the Democratic governor-elect. The lieutenant governor is the state's highest official following the governor and assumes the role when the governor is out of state or incapacitated. Both President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris had campaigned in favor of Murray and Miller. In winning the lieutenant governor race in Maryland, Miller overcame a last-minute step opposition from her distractors who accused her of supporting Hindu nationalists, a charge she denied. In fact, her popularity among Indian Americans in Maryland is bipartisan. Some of the top Trump and Republican supporters came out in support of her and raised funds. Prominent among them include Jasdeep Singh Jase. Miller was born in Andhra Pradesh before migrating to the US along with her parents. The Biden administration is committed to work with India on its transitional away from Russia, the White House has said. It said that there are a number of countries that have learned the hard way of the fact. The Moscow is not a reliable source of energy or security. When it comes to India's relationship with Russia, the US has consistently made the point that it is a relationship that developed and was cemented over the course of decades really came to be during the Cold War at a time when the United States was not in a position to be an economic partner, a security partner, a military partner to India. State Department spokesperson Ned Price told reporters at a news conference. Responding to a question on India's purchase of oil from Russia, he said that the United States has been intentional about exempting oil and gas the energy sector, from the sanctions that have been imposed on Moscow to the fact that India has a high demand for energy, that it continues to take oil and other forms of energy from Russia. That is not something that runs afoul of the sanctions that have been imposed, he said. The US has also been clear that now is not the time for business as usual with Russia, and it is incumbent on countries around the world to do what they can to lessen those economic ties with Russia. That's something that's in the collective interest, but it's also in the bilateral interest of countries around the world to end and certainly over the course of time to win their dependency on Russian energy and prices. Delhi's air pollution levels elevated marginally to the lower end of the very poor category on Sunday, following which the Central Air Quality Panel lifted the fresh curbs imposed 3 days ago. Restrictions under stage 1 to 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan will, however, remain in place. The plan is a set of anti-air pollution measures followed in the capital and its vicinity according to the severity of the situation. The Commission for Air Quality Management director authorities to lift the ban on flying of non-BS6 diesel run light motor vehicle in Delhi NCR and entry of trucks into the nation capital imposed under the final stage. Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai will chair a high-level meeting on Monday to discuss the new directions by the Air Quality Panel and decision on reopening primary schools and revocation of the order asking 50% of government staff to work from home is also likely to be taken, according to Delhi government officials. A launch window between November 12 and 16 has been notified by authorities, the final date being confirmed based on weather conditions, said Skyroot Aerospace CEO and co-founder Pavan Kumar Chandana. As he prepares for Skyroot Aerospace maiden space mission, this mission has been aptly named Prarambh or the beginning. Skyroot Aerospace is set to become the first private space company in India to launch a rocket into space, heralding a new era for the space sector, which was opened up in 2020 to facilitate private sector participation. Chandana said the Skyroot could build and get the Vikram rocket mission ready in such a short time only because of the invaluable support from ISRO and in space, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. Coyote's launch vehicle are named Vikram as a tribute to the founder of Indian Space Program and renowned scientist Vikram Sarabhai, based in Hyderabad. Coyote builds a state-of-the-art space launch vehicle for launching commercial satellite into space. It aims to disrupt entry barriers to cost-efficient satellite launch service and space flight by advancing its mission to make space flights affordable, reliable, and regular for all, the statement said. Union Minister Anurag Thakur on Tuesday was seen pushing a state road transport bus which broke down in the middle of a highway in the coal-bound Himachal Pradesh, Bilaspur region. The broke-down bus caused a traffic jam and Thakur's convoy was also stuck in the jam. BJP down bus that was stuck on a narrow road. Afterwards, he was also seen interacting with the bus driver and also passengers, inquiring about their health conditions. Earlier in the day, Thakur was seen addressing an election rally in Ghumarvi, Jhunduta and Sardar Assembly constituency, and he mentioned that the BJP will implement Project Shakti in the state over the next 10 years to improve transport infrastructure. The senior BJP leader said that 12,000 crore will be spent over the next 10 years to improve transport and basic infrastructure near pilgrimage centers and temples in the state. With no option to return to the original view, the new user interface will be the default experience for Gmail as of this month. It will still allow users to quickly change the theme, inbox type, and other quick settings, Google said in a blog post. Whether users want to use Gmail exclusively or a combination of Gmail chat spaces and Meet, they can customize this new interface with easy settings to include their apps that are most important to them. At the beginning of this year, the company announced this new user interface and a customizable integrated view for Gmail to bring important applications like Gmail, Chat, and Meet to one spot. Meanwhile, the Teach giant also announced a new package tracking features in Gmail that could help users view their package tracking and deliver information right in their inbox. The Kerala cabinet on Wednesday decided to bring in an ordinance to remove Governor Arif Muhammad Khan as the chancellor of universities in the state. For long, the two leaders have been engaged in a tussle that started with Khan objecting to the appointment of Vijayan's private secretary K.K. Rajesh's wife Priya Varghese at the Kannur University. The Kerala High Court also stayed the appointment till the case gets finally disposed of. Since then, the strife between the two stalwarts have intensified. The cabinet's decision to float the ordinance has stemmed from it. Inci- Incidentally, this is the first time that such a law is being moved after Kerala was formed in 19. New Omicron subvariants have led to increasing COVID-19 cases in the US, with BQ1 and BQ11 accounting for over 35% of the new infections this week, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Made up 18.8% of the circulating variants, and PQ1 was estimated to make up 16.5% of the circulating cases in this week ending November 5th. Zivanga News Agency reported citing the CDC data. SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, is constantly changing and accumulating mutations in its genetic code over time, says the CDC. New variants are expected to continue to emerge, it added. As of Wednesday morning, the all-over COVID case loaded and death toll in the US stood at 9 crore 96 lakh 97,922 and 10 lakh 98,524 respectively. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari on Tuesday said the country is indebted to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh for the economic reforms. India needs a liberal economic policy with the intentions to provide its benefits to poor people. Gadkari said while speaking at the TIOL Award 2022 event. The economic reform started by Singh and as the finance minister in 1991 gave a new direction to India as it thrived in a liberal economy. He added, he recalled that he could raise the money to build roads in Maharashtra when he was a minister in Maharashtra in the mid 1990s due to economic reforms initiated by the former Prime Minister. Gadkari asserted that liberal economic policy is for farmers and poor people. He also said China is a good example of how liberal economic policy can help in the development of any country. To accelerate the economic growth, he said India will need more capex investment. Thank you for watching Transport Image.